And hello YouTube again, because my last video went over. So real quick, this is a response to a video. The link will be here, so click it. It'll also be in the description box. And so this is about that kid who was bullied by his teacher. Okay, so I'm hoping you watched it. If you didn't, again, click here, watch it. Otherwise you'll have no idea what I'm talking about. Now, why in the world would you go to school drunk? And even if you weren't drunk, if you go to school and you talk about the night before and you were drunk, you shouldn't be at school because, hello, hangover. Second thing, you shouldn't tell the kids that you were drunk because they're kids. They're little kids, 10-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 11-year-olds. I don't care. Even kids in high school, you shouldn't tell. If you're a teacher, you shouldn't tell your students that you were drunk. You're the role model in that classroom. If they hear you do something, or if they see you do something, they want to be like you because you're an influence on their life. And so, why would you go to school drunk? It's baffling. All right, now you shouldn't tell the kid no to a question, to this question. If the kid asks, can I see mom? Can I see dad after mom? You shouldn't tell the kid no. And because the kid had autism, you should tell the kid yes. Boost up his encouragement. If that's his reason for doing his schoolwork, then by all means, tell him that. Whatever is getting him to do his schoolwork, use that and fuel his encouragement, fuel his motivation to work. And again, that teacher doesn't care. Because obviously, the teacher was getting drunk. So why would the teacher care about the kid? Third of all, you don't call the kid a bastard. The schools have zero toleration for name calling. Me and my friends, I remember about last year sometime, me and my friends were hanging around during lunch. And we just started calling each other names. Okay? Vice principal came, told us to stop it. Zero toleration for name calling. And why would you, as a teacher, do that? I don't know any school anywhere that has that tolerates name calling. I just don't know about that. I've never heard of one. And if that school has it, then that school's messed up. So why would you break that rule? Why would you do that? Why would you call that kid that name? You're supposed to care for the kids. Why? And now, the last thing was, well, another thing was this rule or something, I think. A quiet rule that the kids can't go home and tell their parents what happened at school that day. What kind of a rule is that? That would be like saying, "Oh, you made this paycheck at work, but you can't tell anybody you made it. You can't even let the people know that you have to pay that you made that money. You gotta keep it a secret. You can't tell anybody because it's useless." What? Money's useful. So the kid should be able to tell his parents because the parents have the right to know. And why in the world, if the kid is crying, why in the world would you tell the kid to shut their mouth? That does not deserve that kind of a response. If the kid is crying, find out why the kid is crying. Because if the kid is crying, there's a good reason for it. And maybe there's not. Maybe the kid is just crying because of something ridiculous, because of something that they think is not fair. And if that's the case, then tell them that it's okay and that they shouldn't be over they shouldn't be worked up about it. But 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 because the kid is crying, find out the reason why. And the kid was crying because you made fun of him. Oh my God. You made fun of the kid. What? You're a teacher? What? And you tell the kid to shut their mouth when they're crying? You want them to stop crying? Here's a tip. Say sorry. Heaven forbid that though. That would just be crazy. That doesn't make any sense. Now, why would you tell the kid you're sorry? Uh, that doesn't make sense. Ooh, I know, because why would you want to make fun of a kid? Why? 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 Doesn't make any sense. Why? I wouldn't want to make fun of another kid. Why would what did that kid do to me? Hmm? What did that kid do to you? Now, I realize this was later on in the year, so I don't know the whole entire backstory. But sounds like you started the thing making the kid cry. When I heard that line of the father was with his son at the store and another kid said, your kid cries a lot. Sounds like the teacher started something and made the kid cry, made the kid mad, made the kid hit teachers and throw stuff. And even after that, the teacher still shouldn't have a right to call a kid a name. The teacher still shouldn't have the right to make fun of a kid, especially if that kid was a special need kid. Okay? There's no right. There's no reason. It's just not. No, there isn't. Okay? You just shouldn't do that. Now, so props to the father. I'm glad that you did what you did. And even though there was that rule, I'm glad you did what you did. And to all other parents, even if your kid is not having that bad of a life at school, you should still know what's going on. You should still know what's going on in your kid's life. Because maybe something might surprise you. You should know. You should ask the kid. And if the kid doesn't want to tell you, let me rephrase that. If the kid doesn't want to tell you, then you should butt out. But if the kid's not telling you because of something else, because of some outside influence, then yeah, you should know. You should find out. Because who else has the right to tell you or your kid that you can't know what is going on in your kid's life? Nobody else has the right to tell you that. Nobody. Whatever goes on in your kid's life, if that kid is under 18, you actually have a right to know. Because you take care of that kid. You have the right to know. But if the kid makes a wish that they don't want you to know something, basically if the kid is talking with their counselor or something and the kid tells them something and they don't want you to know, then the counselor is obligated to not tell you because of the kid's wish. That's different. But if somebody else is telling your kid that they can't tell you something, who are they? They have no right at all. No right at all. So, to all other parents, know what's going on in your kid's life. Ask them questions. I don't care if they're 16 years. I don't care if they're 16 years old. I don't care if they're still 5. Ask them, how was their day? And maybe nothing's going on. But if you're having a distant relationship with your kid, maybe you should ask that question. If you haven't asked that question in a while and you have a distant relationship with your kid, maybe you should ask that question. Who knows? Maybe the kid will be happy that you asked that question. Because maybe they don't want to just tell you what's going on. Maybe they think you don't care. I know that's different than what this response is about, but still want to tell other parents, know what's going on in your kid's life and ask them how their day was. Oh, and another thing, you're their parents. What you say goes over what everyone else says. Everyone else. Remember that. Remember that. Your word is final. Nobody can triumph your word to the kid. Not even your own parents. Your parents can tell you what to do if you let them, but nobody else can tell your kids what to do that conflicts with what you say. Now, granted, the government has laws. Yes, that is over what you say. You can't tell the kid to go kill somebody else, but you can tell the kid that they can tell you something. Even if somebody else says they can't, you can say they can, because your word is much more valuable than somebody else's word. Remember that. Now, I'll have another video, hopefully better, up by next Friday. So, like, comment, subscribe, whatever. I don't care. Have fun with your lives. Go watch other videos. Quickly, click the 5th related video, whatever it is. Go click it. I don't know what it is. Okay. Bye.